Hello folks, it's Dazza at the yard again. So the issue today, you've seen some pictures I put up. The issue we got today is that we're going to be doing the sunroof, and I couldn't find a really good how-to guide on this to take the sunroof out. Now I'm going to just let me switch this camera around. Okay, so what we got here, as you've seen the pictures of this stone came flying in and hit about here, and it's cracked all the glass. It's a thinking nightmare. So there's shards of glass everywhere around here. So what I've established is, and bear in mind I'm doing this first time and I'm learning as I go, what I've established is that these glass panels can come out in isolation from the actual frame itself. The frame goes all the way back to about here. I think there's a motor probably right at the back here. So all this all slides all the way back, and there's the, I think that's where the frame ends. But anyway, we don't need to take all that out. And actually, with this glass being popped, the frame itself finishes about here. I have got a frame, and I might take a picture of that. The frame sort of finishes here, I believe. And then there's, just trying to think this through. Then yeah, you've got the scissor action that lifts this up. So yeah, so that must be part of it, and then basically all you've got here is just a hinge, okay, which is completely separate from the frame, the mechanism as well. So all the mechanism finishes here. So let's just jump in the car and let's have a look and see how this all comes together. I'm trying to do sort of a decent how-to, so that anyone else who's trying to follow this can find this out. Okay, so let me just get my torch on this. So what you'll see here, I'll explain how I've got so far. Let's see if I can get to it. You'll see there is some 2 10mm bolts here, okay, and that's obviously in where that's just, you know, right at the front edge there. So this is actually the hinging mechanism. And then if I spin round, sorry, there's one bolt. And the other is the other side, just at the back there. So there's 2 bolts actually here. Okay, so I've got the point now where I've got those 4. They're 10mm bolts, so just 4. So there's one up the front there and 2 at the back. Okay, so the process I've followed so far is I've opened up the sunroof, as you can see. Okay, sorry, it's not very clear, I'm sure, but you probably get the point here. These 2 little things here, so this one here, okay, one exactly the same, so there's 2 of them there. Those pull off the rear 2 nuts. I just showed you where the sunroof is lifted. They just merely come off in your hand. Okay, so that's quite simple. This kitty here, obviously, is your lens. That's your map light and your switch for your sunroof. There is, probably not coming out very clearly, so that sits like that. That's now towards the front of the car. As you can see, the stereo there in front of it. Okay, so there's a little protrusion opening. You can see it. You can see it there. Okay, so there's a little cutout there. Okay, that is where I just put a screwdriver in. So effectively, I'll show you. Okay, so sorry, this probably isn't very clear, but that would sit in there like that. Okay, so just get the screwdriver at the back there, and you can see on here, it'll be easier to show you. See on here, it's got 2 little teeth. Might be easier to show it like that. You can see that, so that's the back edge. Okay, this is away from the windscreen. Windscreen is that side. That's the back edge. Okay, you can see there's little teeth there. So they or lugs, if you want, they actually locate in a hole. On the other side, you've got coming out very well, I suppose, in the light. But there are like clips. If you see, can you see that? Clip that side, clip that side. Okay. So what you're doing is you're putting your screwdriver in there. Just gently pull it down, gently, and it will come, and then it will drop out like this, because obviously that's the lug being held there. Okay. The next stage is in here. I don't think you can see it. There's 2 screw holes in there. Right. See if we can get to see it. Right. Okay. So you'll see 2 screws. All right. Now, there's another one that side. So, okay. So there you go. That's the whole. That's the whole unit, if you like. What you can see of it. Okay. So 2 screws there. All right. Now, one of the things that might help you here is don't try prizing just this whole plastic piece off. I did just put my finger around it yesterday to see if it just all comes down. It doesn't, okay, because those 2 screws locate obviously up in here, and all you're going to do is just go rip the plastic pieces out here. Okay, so don't you just destroy this piece of plastic. So it is fastened in properly. It's not held by any clips or anything like that. As I say, can you see that? Sorry, it's really dark. There's one. There's the other. Okay, just a Phillips crosshead screws. So now the next stage I'm going to do is get these 2 10mm bolts out. So the 2 10s are here, and as I say, there's 2 10s up the back there. Okay, all right, I'll get those 2, and the whole sunroof then lifts out. Okay, so what I found is the just a socket in there that works fine. Okay, that's fine there. Yeah, just a socket in there that works on that. Okay, and there. Now on the back, I can't get the socket very easily in there. I'm just going to try and see if so on the back I'm going to use this. You can get a socket possibly with a wobbly bit, but I think it's going to be easier with this. So I'm going to go with this. That might make it easier. Okay, and there's 2 of them up here. There's another one there. Let's have a go. Okay, so you got the 2 there. So these 2 bolts are from the front. There is a 3rd bolt. Let's see if we can get some light on there. There's a 3rd bolt up there. You may not be able to see it. There it is. Yeah, that's in the centre. That is for something else. That's not part of the sunroof, I don't think. We'll find out, but I don't think that's part of the sunroof there. Not from what I'm seeing on the rest of the other sunroof I've got. Anyway, we'll have a look. So you got the 2 bolts there, the 2 nuts from the back. Okay, be careful with those nuts when you drop them down, when you bring them down, because they'll catch in they'll catch in this tray here, but you just want to try and make sure you catch them, that's all. So make sure you do that. Right, so now the fun starts to try and lift this off. Okay, so here we go. So that's where the bolts were, so I'll just span out of it. Okay, so you've got the bolt there, bolt in there. Sorry, they're the nuts that go through there. So there's the bolt holes, so the bolt lugs, if you want, go straight through from the sunroof there and there. Yeah, see all the damage still done. Still loads of glass, so I've got to hoover all them up. And then basically the front edge, and I'll show you that in a moment. The front edge obviously tilts, has to drop in there. Now there's a kind of hinge mechanism there. I'll show you on the other sunroof, but it will slide in. So the way in is to slide it in. Okay, position that up, then position these. I mean, you know, this is quite easy. It's not a bad job at all. What a mess. Don't ever have you had sunroof smashed in. We'll try to avoid it anyway. Looks like it needs a nice good clean up around there as well. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the drain holes as well. There's one there. There's one over in the other corner. I'll just perhaps put a rod down there. Make sure that they're clear whilst I'm here. So this is the new old version I've got. So there you go. That's that hinge I'm talking about. So that has to slide in. As I say, it's got to slide in. Looks like it might be a bit of a fiddle actually, because to come out it wasn't easy. I mean, it should be simple, but it's just it's got to slide in between obviously the plastic aperture you can see here, and then it's got to slide in underneath the under there. So yeah, so what you got there is you got the that's the hinge piece, so that's obviously where the two bolts go through, and then you got these nuts that obviously go, sorry, these brackets, the nuts there, they slide onto the lifting mechanism here and here. Okay, yeah, there's no other drain hole. Worth puggling those out because they do get full up. Yeah, the whole thing needs a good old clean up, because it's the trouble with these, they don't slide back, so you can't actually, you just can't wash them as such, not in the same way. Anyway, there we go. And then so the fitting I won't probably be able to show you, but the fitting is just the reversal. So as I say, put the sunroof back in, so slide it in there, then get inside the car, bolt it up. The operational, the map light and the actual switch, that needs to go in and screw back up. Don't forget the four caps here. Two caps here. Those two. They sit on here. They sit, actually, you can see it. You can see the teeth there. The hole there where the teeth will sit in. Okay. Obviously, you'll remember that. Obviously, this is all now back. Okay, so those two caps there, and then obviously put the map light back, the lens back. Hopefully that should be quite clear. I hope so. Yeah, and have a good old clean up. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So that's the completed work now. I've got the yeah, that's all clean. No glass get in the way. I'm going to check that side there. That's all done. That's all good. Yeah. I did try the drain holes as well. Just put some wire down there to make sure that's fine. I put some water down there actually last night, and that was fine as well. Okay, so they were in good shape there. Okay, yeah, I think it's all in good shape. There's no further glass. Yeah. Okay. Right, so what I'm going to do, you see, I've just slid that in forward there, and then there's the two catches here. Obviously, these lining up with the bolt, with the bolt holes and the placements. But what I'm going to do is, given this is a foreign sunroof into the car, it's the right one, but it's just that it's not fitted in here before. I'm going to just tighten these up loosely and then bring the sunroof down so that it actually gives a chance to swivel in its position, just to make sure, because the worst thing you can do, I can see this now, worst thing you can do is to try and ram it shut and it fouls on the back edge here. And I don't really know what happens, probably another bit of broken glass. Not something I want to do today. So I'm just going to leave it loose. So tighten the bolts up, but just leave them finger tight. And then I will shut the glass down, make sure that all fits nicely. That will be when I tighten the front two up, bring it back up again, tighten the rear two. And then we should be good. Right folks, so what I'm going to try and do here, let's see if I can get this camera. There is a little bit of rust around that hole there, the drain hole. So I'm just going to put, this one's not so bad actually. It's there. That one's not so bad. I'm going to just put a bit of a rust eater on there. And then on there as well. Okay, so it's a bit better now. I know it's not the right colour, I know, but it can't be seen. So that should do that. It just keeps it, it just eats the rust away. A little bit of rust and gives an additional protection. So that's that. So the next step now is to sit and wait for that to dry, and then I'll get the roof in. As I said, yeah, it's going to be sitting on these two lugs here, two at the front, and then I'm just going to fasten it down loosely, put the roof down. That will then sit in its own place. What I will do actually, along this back edge here, so I'll just wax that as well. Just give that some wax that just slips quite nicely in. It's not in bad shape to be honest, but yeah, it's not in bad shape, but I'll just do that so that wax is in. Sitting in there nicely actually. That's sitting in there very nice. So let's go inside the car and let's have a look at this. Okay, so let's have a look. Actually, that's not in bad shape. That's come through. there and there. So I think I can, oh, this is coming out, possibly isn't. You might be able to see it. There's bolt holes that come straight through. I think I can do these as well. So let's see what we can do here. I don't know whether I can do the camera, so I'll switch the camera off. Right, just a little tip here. This is mighty difficult to get in. So what I've had to do, you can do it by fingers. You just have to, you kind of have to balance the nut, I guess, against the stud, and then you can actually do it. But I'm having to do it with 2 fingers because it is pretty damn tight in there. I probably haven't got a better way to put it in. I'm going to try and do the other side. So what I'm finding I'm having to do is, I don't know whether I can do this one. Let's have a look. Yeah, it's got it. It's just a bit fiddly, that's all. Done. It's not as Don't do that. Leave those loose and see if it slides down at the spot. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's working now. So let's tighten it up. That's that. And that. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go too mad on this side. Just lift this up. So, don't go too mad here. Needs a nip. That's it. Perfect. One more try, make sure that works. Perfect. Good. Right, so that's that. So next step is to get these let's get this center, so that's done. Let's get this center console in, and obviously then you got the two clips here, and they go on there. Two of them there. Okay, let's do the center console. What I might do, I'll leave that right. Yeah, let's put that up. So basically, that all that does. So what you've got here is very simple. You've just got two screw holes there, one and one there. Okay, so let's push these up, and then with the Phillips. Okay, that's that. Right, also remember that with this thing, okay, so the goes in that way. This this edge to the front. Okay, it's got those two little clips here. Okay, and it's got locating lugs at the back here. Okay, so put that back in. Just needs a bit of persuasion. Don't go mad on this because it's blinking cold out here today, and it's freezing, so plastic doesn't bend, not like that. So that's that. Now I'll go get these caps back on. Interesting things these. Not quite sure how they came off, to be honest, but anyway, I assume they just clip in. Let's have a look. It might just be push fit. You just basically got to, oops, you've got to hold this back edge. I'm going to do it from here. Hold the back edge against the light, the glass, and then that's it. Hold the back edge against the glass, and then push up. Again, thank you very much for watching.